What is it, guys? Welcome back to some more Philosopher 2 Governments and Grievances. Let's get right into it. I really appreciate the love you guys are showing this series. Like, that really means a lot to me. New text, Marcus. This is my dad's new text, Marcus. Socrates Jones. What's going on right now? What? It's not. What is happening? What's happening right now? What the heck? Why is it not going? Okay. What was that? You know, the one who told Pythia about the intelligible realm? Ari, you're alive! I worried when I saw you passed out. I was just sleeping. Your head was jammed between two computers. Her ability to sleep anywhere is a bit unnerving. But this is a top secret facility. How'd you get in? That's pretty much really basic. I didn't see what he said, but I'm gonna assume he did. I had a bookcase, so I checked out every bookcase in the whole school. Wow, that's just a lot. I knew a phone call wouldn't work. Your parents are impossible. I see. Well, I suppose the damage is done. I'll call off security. Though I'd prefer not to have your entire family break into our lab. Why not? What are you hiding? Dad, I don't trust them. Anyway, anyone messing with other dimensions must have some devious plan. There is a plan, but it's Mom's plan, and I wouldn't call it devious. She wants the philosophers to publicly endorse her programs. I think she hopes it'll help her win. Really? All of this for a few of your votes? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Well, unlike you, I don't have magical philosophy dreams. Pretty unfair if you ask me. But I came all the way here. Might as well stick around. He's looked so old now, bro. Jen and Marcus have been watching our debates through the portal. Then I'm definitely staying. Maybe I can help. How? No clue. I'll think of something. I got my water right here. You really mean it? I do not mean to question your political experience, but this Smith, you may have ample reason to be so steadfast in your approach. But the intelligible realm is not the Senate. Ariadne has spent more time in this realm than any living being. If you wish to win philosophers to your side, why not follow her lead? I'll let her run the last two debates. Why not follow her lead less reluctantly? Yeah, listen to your daughter. Welcome back, Pumpkin. Still feeling unsure about our progress, huh? Well, you've been lovely, but the opposition. I thought they'd had problems before. I think they have problems now. Okay, but their subpoints, the way they structure their arguments. You've gotten nothing out of any of it? Confucius was not entirely unpleasant. Whatever, I'll take it. I promise you more not entirely unpleasant debates in the future. Well, Pythia, the next philosophers will be here any moment. Pythia. Fine, I can sit back and see how Adne handles herself. I won't let you down, I promise. I'll be honest, I doubt this will change anything. At the end of the day, I know what wins in the real world. But this isn't the real world. This isn't the real world. Dang it, why did it skip? Did someone say representation? Ah, here he is. Representation sure sounds nice. If only you had some sort of participatory system instead of the monarchies they were in in place for so long. Oh wait, you do! Ha-ho! Thanks, me. Alright, I don't like this guy already. Ariadne Jones, Pythia Smith, meet John Locke. This is John Locke. Locke is one of the most influential Enlightenment philosophers and the father of liberalism. When studying the evolution of political philosophy, his influence is undeniable. I'm yawning, god dang. Forget John Adams, forget Thomas Jefferson, forget Alexander Hamilton. Their accomplishments were upon the foundation I built. You could say I founded your founding fathers. Unfortunately, it may have gone to his head a little. No kidding. Oh, poppycock. I'm allowed a little pride in my ideas. I was somber all my life. Permit me some levity in death. Well then, what are these ideas you're so proud of? I'm glad you asked. Let us commence. Presentation. Hopefully he's not like the last guy, Machiavelli. In this state, they have three inalienable rights: life, liberty, and property. Over people find they need an authoritative power to protect these rights and punish violators. Thus, they form a social contract with the governing body, giving up freedoms in exchange for civil protection. Seeing how this idea is recognized by your own government, clearly you should accept it as true. The philosophy heard round the world. The government contract. Interesting. That's it? Interesting? My. Are we so cynical we cannot give credit where credit is due? You can call anything interesting. My philosophy was revolutionary. If I had known John Locke was next, I would have ceded the lead. Unlike the last two, an endorsement from him would be an honor. You shouldn't leave ideas unquestioned just because you find them appealing, Mom. I learned that lesson last time. Well, it's going to be difficult to prove him wrong. Ow! What was that? Did someone throw this paper at me? I would never. There's writing on it. I thought of something. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Dad found a secret lab. Must have thrown that note through the portal. Seriously? I can't believe it. Ow! If you don't want me breaking into your secret labs, maybe don't do secret things. Ugh, that man is... Okay then. Locke, let's see if your revolution holds up to scrutiny. Not one to be distracted, I see. I like it. All right, Miss Jones, scrutinize away. Establishing all people are equally worth equal. Long day, guys, long day. But I'm glad to be playing this. I'm just tired. The natural rights define what human beings are owed just for being alive. It's only by understanding what humanity is owed, after all, that we can understand the duty of government. This establishes the need to protect natural rights, which will naturally flow into the need for government. Bitch. This is my overall point. It illustrates how the natural rights and the need for government are connected. Is the fact that others believe not compelling evidence you should accept this yourself? Yeah, no, let's nix this bit of ego stroking. Fine, but deep down, you know I'm right. I believe my argument thus far is ample support. Natural rights must be protected. People have an inherent sense of this, so they'll form governments to gain such protections. Given our natural equality, just retribution can be difficult to manage. After all, if one pushes back on one who pushes them, that what stops the now pusher from pushing back harder? What? The person punished for the violation can respond by escalating violations. Indeed, a greater force is required to stop such a cycle. A state will be this very force. What reasoning supports this? To be honest, very little. They're just naturally right. Examining these three values through most moral lenses will reveal that a world where they are protected is better than one where they are not. Thus, I'd place the burden of disproof upon you. These freedoms should never be infringed upon. Okay, but are these freedoms more than words you'd put on bumper stickers? How would you actually define them? Right, of course. The right to life is simply that. People deserve to live fully and not be killed unjustly. And the right to property allows you to control the goods you obtain or create. Let's try not to lose the details of this speech. Wait, there's new ones? This is the second of the... all three. It's only by understanding what humanity is owed, after all, that we can understand the duty of government. Deja vu. This is the third... okay. Doc, you keep saying the same thing over... yeah. What do you expect? These rights are all connected in the same way. Ask similar questions, get similar answers. I'm already not sure what to challenge. Every individual has the same essential human traits, a capacity for thought, and the ability to make choices. These traits render us equal in the eyes of God, regardless of any other differences, or equal in the eyes of whatever you believe in. I won't be picky, as long as someone recognizes our equal worth. I do. That is good enough for me. All humans possess the same natural rights to subjugate another is an abomination. To subjugate another is an abomination. An abomination that is occurred over and over again. True, Fannin will never let me forget my own complicity here, there. So I don't know where you got here from. But the fact that rights are often violated does not change that they are owed to all. That might be that one. This is the first of three. I have decided not to repeat myself again. Yeah, good. You believe the world would be better if everyone was free to murder each other? Probably not. Well, then this statement stands. Okay, I don't feel like I don't believe you are allowed to ask that question. What? I can do what I want. And that's the question I want to ask. Ah, yes, you've convinced me. And clearly, you also believe in the intrinsic good of freedom. Damn it, okay. Would you like it if the arbiter stole the food from your mouth? From your family's mouths? Or if he hoarded so much food, it just rotted around him? What? I would never. Both cases are wasteful and harmful. The right to liberty. It is a lot of reading. While most individuals respect the rights of others, there are always outliers. In the natural state, there is no real way to deal with these outliers, so a way must be created. To be able to live your life to just... Nonsense! I'll admit, I like your idea of natural rights. The premise that there are rights all people are entitled to simply by being alive. It's a good one, essential even, isn't it? I'm glad you recognize how foundational these ideas are. Foundational, yeah, sure. But that's what's curious, Locke. If these rights are so essential, how can you make giving them up a key part of forming governments? Ah, so that's your approach. Very well, carry on. Life, liberty, property. You present these rights as fundamental and say governments must protect them. But if creating a government requires sacrificing liberty, doesn't that mean the government itself would be a violation of natural rights? To deal with rights violations, the government needs more power than the average person, which means it could do far more damage than a single individual ever could. And if the government listens to Machiavelli, enforcing security through torture and fear, all of our rights could wind up falling to the government, not just liberty. Excellent point. This seems like a fundamental contradiction in your priorities, Locke. Governments actually escalate the potential for rights violation. How can that possibly stand? You'd be better off with nothing at all.
Nonsense!
Astute observation, my dear. It is certainly true the government could become a greater violator of natural rights than any individual. You've got me in a corner. If only I had taken this into account in my thoughts. Oh wait, I did. Is he for real? Allow me to explain how the government's power should be limited. Go ahead. Government's only purpose is to secure the rights of its citizens. The power of government must be exercised deliberately in service of these ends. Any use of political power that does not serve the needs of the citizens is therefore an abuse of power. When rulers become tyrannical, citizens have a responsibility to take a stand. And there we go. Please contain your applause. Applause contained. Hold on. None of this is mind-blowing. This is stuff I'd hope every government would believe. I suppose someone from your era might think so. But isn't that in itself impressive? I popularized the standard. Indeed, before Locke's second treatise on government, these ideas were far less widespread. If his work had not been published when it was, history might have looked very different. Sometimes, my dear, there's value in finding ways to explain and justify what should be obvious. I deserve some appreciation for that. Do I not? Appreciation? Okay, sure. Allow me to show my appreciation then, with questions. Without this, the government would have a license to trample all over its people. But with the maintenance of rights as the sole purpose of government, such violations become far less likely. It expands on the previous statement on how central the rights of people must be. So am I challenging him? Is this whole thing challenging? This is how we know a government has strayed from the path. This illustrates how the people must keep the government in check. If the king is corrupt, should you continue to serve him? If someone continually abuses you, should you continue to associate with them? No! Stand up for your rights! Whatever that means. Take a stand. What does that mean? Protest in the cafeteria? Oh, no! Tyrants would never allow such supper time disruptions. The only hope is to replace the corrupt regime with a new one. And how does that happen? Well, kings and queens are unlikely to just step down, so armed rebellion, barricades, people must put their very lives on the line. Otherwise, the violations will continue. This should be what citizens must do to keep their government in check. We have established that the natural rights are paramount, but when a ruler wishes to violate those rights, well, we have a problem. The people must fight or else lose everything to the troublesome monarch. There's really no other way to dispose of a king or queen. Alright, so I kind of feel like it's the one where they're supposed to... but I still feel like there is some fundamental conflict. You just gotta pinpoint what. Yeah, I can't really pinpoint. I feel like I'm missing a statement, so just one of these two. I feel like I could challenge, but I just need more information. I believe you. Yourself just presented a Machiavellian nightmare which illustrated the importance of this. The government has greater power than any individual, and that power is more prone to abuse. Thus, it must only be used in specific ways. Due to the inherent power of government, care must be taken to avoid the rights trampling you describe. With great power comes great responsibility. Ah, yes! What a splendid, completely original turn of phrase. Totally not from Spider-Man. I'm glad I thought of it. What? Did not think of that. Did you think of that? What reasoning supports this? Let's say the government has access to some powerful technology capable of generating immense heat. It would be morally bound to use this technology to benefit its citizens, to warm those in dire need of warmth. If rulers instead use the technology to warm their own bread, they would be betraying the purpose of government. This would be a misuse of power, even if it does no other harm. Their job was to help others. Today, I learned toasters are an abomination. Not all toasters, my dear. Just selfishly used government toasters. I feel like because as far as I can tell, my argument is still perfect. Perfect or not, I don't see how that kind of accounted. Okay, let's find a list. Okay, I don't think it's done. Nope, okay. Yeah. Dang, no? Alright, so it's not that which. I feel like oh my god, I really don't know here. Right to property. Yeah, I know. Okay. Locke, you say we have a responsibility to overthrow tyrannical government. But what if I don't want to overthrow the government? The duty violates my right to choose for myself. So you lack the liberty to keep having your liberty violated? Well, pish posh. If you truly want to live under a tyrannical government, you are free to do nothing. I can't stop you. That said, a right to liberty doesn't mean you never have to do things you don't want to do. When threats to our liberties arise, I hope you'd want to make sacrifices to protect those liberties. It would make things better for your descendants, even if you yourself do not live to reap the rewards. Alright, I'm at a loss then. I just think I just lose like. I don't know, bro. What? I know. I said you could leave, but look, it's obvious there is nothing wrong with. There is stuff wrong with this. This just proves that what I was saying from the start. American democracy is the perfect system, and now the gate must acknowledge it. Mom, it'll open any moment now. Any moment. No, I lost, Pipia. Okay, I lost. Yeah, it never opened. Oh, I didn't save. Crap. Hold on. Dang. Yeah, I know. Come on. Come on. That was my bad. I should have saved. Forgot to save. Yeah. I done forgot which one this was, and I'm not gonna lie. This is interesting, watching it sped up like this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember how I got my other. I need to, it's something yeah, it's this one. Himself again for the third time. Which one did I choose? Fuck. Hold on. I feel like it's the first one, I'm not gonna lie. You should just ask every possible question until he gives up. That's what I did. Wow, great advice. Great advice, Socrates. Glad you're here to help. What the fuck did I choose last time? I feel like it's a... Holy shit, I can't remember. Oh my god. It's cool. It's cool. I did. God damn, bro. I can't remember at all. I'm just exhausted, so I can't even think at the moment. I know. We're just gonna go through like this and then just... I'm getting sleepy. Right? That's what I did. Alright. There it is. Right to liberty. Right to liberty. That's what we did. Alright. Skip this. Machiavellian. Yeah, got my clout back, okay? I'm sorry, Locke. I gotta finish you fast. I'm getting real tired. And it's hot all of a sudden. Yeah, come on. Alright, finally back to where we... Let me save. Every chance I get. Let's first read everything he has to say. We're not reading. I already know what he has to say. Let's get all the info. Hard to pinpoint. No, that has to be that one. No. I think it's number 2. If it's not number 2, it's number 4 with this one. Alright, it's number 4. Because as far as I can tell, my argument's still perfect. Perfect or not, I don't see how the counter... Alright, it's gotta be number 4 with that. Right? No? Because, oh my god. That was right to liberty. We have a responsibility to overthrow the tyrannical government. But what if I don't want to overthrow the government? The duty... Oh, okay, right. He debunked that. Pish posh. I do not know. Which is right? No? Okay, bro, I'm confused. His ideal is not really making sense to me right now. It's like we're doing the same thing over and over again, and I don't know how many times I gotta tell him your way's not gonna work, buddy. It's not gonna work, pal. Liberty. Is it right to property? No? Okay. Okay, there it is. Jesus Christ. Locke, doesn't protecting some people's rights require infringing on other people's? After all, the person who kills or steals gets their liberty to act taken away. Freedom of choice does not mean freedom from consequences, my dear. In willfully violating others' rights, thieves and murderers prompt such intervention. You can contest this notion, but I personally believe it unavoidable. God fucking damn it, bro. What? How do I beat this guy? Dang, he's not even worse than the other guy. You can't. He is good. He's a bitch, but he's good. Maybe I need him to... Oh, he's good. His bitch ass is good. And I'm not in my most, like, coherent state. I'm just going for broke at this point. I really don't know. Life. Okay. Nonsense. Miss Jones, there are still details of my brilliant points you have not examined. Why you haven't even asked what taking a stand means. For all you know, it could mean quietly leaving or stern letter. Does it? Well, if the government accepts that, why not? Both could work. But of course, your average monarch is unlikely to step down so easily. So what then? Then the citizens should put their lives on the line to secure their freedom. Okay, well then, it's as I thought. Let's try this again.
Nonsense.
Locke, you still believe the rights to life, liberty, and property are essential. Of course. That's why the government must limit itself. Hold on. I want my health back. I might get my ass beat.
Nonsense.
Nonsense! Locke, you still believe the rights to life, liberty, and property are essential. Of course, that's why the government must limit itself in the way I described. And if it doesn't, then the people must fight to overthrow it. So in other words, in order for the people to protect their right to life, they must regularly endanger their lives? Locke, you need to get your principles locked. That was not funny. Hold on. You built into your system yet another threat to natural rights. And to what end? Even after revolution, there's no guarantee the new government will be any better. You could easily get caught in a perpetual cycle of tyranny and revolution. Oh look, the government is corrupt. Let's overthrow it. We won, but half of us are dead. Oh no, the government is corrupt again. We won again, or maybe we lost. Doesn't matter. Another half of us are dead. I've seen Les Mis. I know how rebellions work. So now, what? You're 3/4 deceased. So now, what? You're 3/4 deceased? The actual percentage I'm using don't matter, Arbiter. The point is, while revolution is definitely needed sometimes, constant revolution is unsustainable. The cost in life is simply too great. How many empty chairs at empty tables are too many? People can only sing the song of angry men so many times before they get a sore throat. Or at least, or are all dead. Yes, or all dead. Locke, there has to be a better way to keep the government in check to protect the lives of the people. But until you find one, our natural rights are always in danger. Well, I guess that stumped him for a bit. Though he's really... I guess that stumped him for a bit. Though he's being really theatrical right about it. Dad, I'm so proud of you, Ari. You're doing such a great job. You really take after your old man. I'm the one who taught you how to do this last time we were here, Dad. You took after me. Couldn't have written that all on one paper instead of wasting it. Hey! I wanted to feel like victory confetti. I wanted it to feel like victory confetti. For her victory? My victory? Is it possible we've stumped him? No. Well, you see, oh my God, we'll see. We'll see. Aren't you a fan of this guy? Have the problems I pointed out caused you to, I don't know, reflect? Adney, Locke hasn't even gotten to the part of his philosophy that matters most. He still needs to introduce
Nonsense.
a system allowing leaders to be replaced without violent revolution, huh? That has the consent of the governed built in. I know, just a system. Democracy. That. Oh, right, of course. Behold, I shall solve every problem you have ever imagined. As the consent of the governed is the only legitimate basis of power, it must be built into the structure of government itself. Democracy creates a natural mechanism for the public to check the power of the ruler through regular votes. When people go to the polls, they have the chance to make their desires known. Gotta let them. I'm actually surprised it took this long to be presented with democracy. And in retrospect, I really should have seen it coming. Everything about our system that works, that allows me to do what I want to do, the foundation for our version of democracy was laid here. I love these ideals even before I got into politics. You had excellent taste. As for you, Miss Jones, I'm afraid your celebration was premature. It's good to be cautious before claiming victory. Not all is immediately apparent. That's why it took me centuries to appreciate the full extent of my brilliance. Oh, really? You see, there is true good and false good. False good creates short-term fleeting benefits. Neither real nor lasting, Miss Jones. Triumph is a fine example. True good, however, can only be seen in the long view. It requires assessment and perspective. I could only be sure my philosophy was the true good over time. That was actually an interesting tangent. Well then, Locke, give me a moment and I'll find a critique that qualifies as a true good. That's the spirit. Of course you'll fail, but at least your heart's in the right place. More than anything, it illustrates how you just this green thing isn't valuable, Locke. It's just empty and posture. Our Adney is correct. Let's declare the argument, shall we? No, we saving right there. Yes, sir. Furthermore, they provide their opinion on key matters of the state. Thus, the voting process allows the people to assert power. Murder-free mechanism people have to show or withdraw their consent. Voting gives the people the opportunity to choose between several options. Carve their desires into actual concrete. I suppose they could. That might make the process quite cumbersome, however. In any democracy, people will vote to express their desires. If they voted against their desires, they would be demo-crazy. I just wanted to make sure we all sat here and and watch how stupid he looked. That it wasn't funny. My jokes are very funny. They are not. They are not funny. Do not lie like that again. Just the colonial rulers acting on their rule. Democracy did have traction with early privaters. Indeed, that's why the only thing they could ever pillage was our hearts. Pretty surely that's extremely untrue and also entirely irrelevant. People make decisions from the future based on the statement of things in immediate present and past. A leader who abuses or alienates the people will never receive their votes. Such a flawed leader will inevitably lose to one promising that the people want. But what if the old leader refuses to leave office? Well, then you no longer have a democracy, and we are on... Oh, they send in shots. They send in straight shots, and we are back to the second argument that people must rebel to reestablish one. But as a well-constructed democracy has measures in place to prevent this, other branches of government incentivize to keep elections true. Voting allows people to change their leaders. Alright, so again, I'm at a loss. If more had opportunity to hear from the source, maybe they... Damn it! Socrates! Locke keeps giving you additional criteria to judge him by. Can you use them? That's actually not true. Why doesn't he ever throw these notes at the arbiter? You're overestimating Dad's aim. There's no way he's consistently... Ah! My aim is great. Also, the arbiter still scares me. The government should make it a requirement to design a system that cannot function without that consent. I'm not sure which one to use. This is the natural conclusion. Nonsense. Okay, Locke, I gotta concede you were right earlier. I got caught up with my present success and missed future complication. Jesus Christ. It put me in a bad situation. Your lecture was justified. I appreciate your appreciation, Miss Jones. One must always keep in mind true good can only be seen in the long view. True good. Right. But you know what? That lecture was just what I needed to put a chink in your polished armor. Because the democratic system you described struggles for exactly that reason. What? Impossible! Democracy is a shining, flawless beacon to the world. I have a thought experiment for you, Locke. Let's say a country has a problem with tomatoes. Tomatoes? Yep, some amount of tomatoes are coming alive and killing people. That's horrible. Can tomatoes do that? My, how the world has changed in 2,000 years. No, it's just a goofy example, but it'll do. Killer tomatoes are terrible for approval ratings. They have to be dealt with quickly. So in the moment, a leader might just decide to destroy the tomato supply. And hey, the crisis would be over. Political victory achieved. But take the long view, and it's easy to see how such a plan would sour. Famine, the loss of all the jobs dependent on tomatoes, the lingering guilt of a species massacred, and the tragic end of ketchup. But the people love ketchup! Well, then clearly a leader shouldn't enact such a drastic plan. And be accused of going soft on killer tomatoes, or of ignoring them entirely? It's an election year after all. Can they afford to wait? Here's the rub, Locke. True good is not politically good. Regular elections naturally favor immediate results. Voters decide based on how things are, rather than how things will be. But sometimes the best plans take time to pay off. Sometimes the worst plans seem good at first, and often good and bad things happen for complex reasons outside of a leader's control. There's a reason politicians often ignore that truth, focusing on manipulating emotions and public opinion. Where's the room for long-term thinking when the short term is all you have?
Nonsense!
A good attempt, but you'll see it has no sway. Let's resolve this with a vote. Who here thinks my democracy is perfect? There's no way he's looking side to side. There must be some mistake. Arbiter? I was executed by a democracy. Ariadne? Seriously, I just told you why it's flawed. Pythia? I don't believe it. My perfect philosophy. Could it truly be less than perfect? I'm afraid so, Locke. It's not that democracy is a terrible system. It obviously isn't. But nothing is perfect, and democracy has its own problems, which are often ignored. You've once again impressed me, Ariadne Jones. We all have much to reflect on. Come along, Locke. Now, please. Very well. I ain't gonna lie, he cooked me too. So, is this what you were talking about at the start? Problems you don't know how to fix? Yeah, one of them. We have a lot of long-term issues people deny or downplay because their effects are not obvious. And that's how you see me? Someone who only cares about short-term victories? It's not all I see, but it's harder and harder to reconcile this with who she used to be. I don't know if I can get it, Mom. It's just too much. Don't worry about getting it, Pumpkin. Just try to understand a little more than yesterday. Break her reasoning down into smaller chunks. Why? Oh, dang, I didn't mean to do that. It's been difficult watching you here, Mom. You were the one who taught me how to reason, how to get to the truth by asking questions. But as far as I can tell, you've become determined to shut down any idea that isn't your own. So that's why you're always too busy studying when it's time to canvas. Listen, Adney, there are a lot of ideals that are nice in theory, but don't work in the real world. I'm sorry you don't approve, but I had to change, to adapt, so I could do the good I wanted to do. And have you done what you wanted to do? I've done my best, but perhaps Dad, I really hope this note is going to say something instructive, because you could still stop. You could still stop Pythia. I could stop? You could still stop. You could still stop Pythia. You still think I should just give up? Mom, I'm sure Dad didn't mean... Okay, listen up, Socrates. You already apologized for this once. You really want to go there again? You may be content to crunch numbers and absorb the data others leave behind, but some of us want to make a difference. I got into politics to change the world. Sure, I'm not flawless, but I'm trying. I haven't given up. I won't ever give up. You stand on sidelines tossing these stupid, useless observations into the void. Mom, no. You know what? I shouldn't have doubted myself. I'm not the problem with democracy, Pumpkin. People like Socrates are the problem with democracy. Little willfully uninformed pea shooters who criticize instead of actually doing anything. Well, Socrates, do you have anything to say for yourself? I'm going to go check on him. He's seeing red. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the love you showed, and I hope to see you in the next.